Hello guys. Okay, so honestly right now I'm feeling way better. I still have a little migraine, but it's really not that bad. I think it's literally been like a couple hours since my video of like I feel amazing today. But my throat's still a little, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I still have a migraine, but I'm not dizzy. At least not as dizzy, and I'm actually feeling better. I kind of like this kink in my neck right now. It's really weird. So I'm going to be talking about, okay, so I'm sure that you've all heard Hindsight 2020. And I used to not know what that meant. So I'd be like, yeah, don't know what that means, so okay. And then I learned what it meant, and I'm like, wow, that's like deep. For those of you who don't know what Hindsight 2020 means, hindsight means like in the past, like something you've already, like something that's already been done or like you've already seen. And 2020 is perfect vision, and this is where it gets kind of deep. Like seriously, when I heard it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is like, whoa. So what that phrase means is when you look back in the past, you can see everything perfectly with 2020 vision. And you can see all the things you've done wrong, all the things that have happened, and all the things that you could have changed to change everything. So, like, let's see. I'm trying to think of an example of like my life. Okay, well, it's not my life, that's this example, but like my grandpa. My great grandpa, he was riding his bike, and a car came up and it hit him. And it caused him to get Alzheimer's because he hit his head really hard. He looks back on it and thinks, if I hadn't been there at that time, then this wouldn't be happening. Or like, if I hadn't gone to school the day that I had a major concussion, then that wouldn't have happened to me. You look back and you're like, if I had just done this, then this wouldn't have happened. And, it's like, really crap, I wish that I didn't do that. Because a simple change in your past can change everything. Like, my dog, Angel, who passed away, if she hadn't gotten out of my room and I realized it even like 2 minutes earlier, then she'd still be here. But Mira, Gizzy, shush. But you gotta look at these things and you feel so broken because you're like, I could have changed this. And when I tell my mom about like everything, like I was talking to my mom about something and I was really upset about it, and it happened, and I don't remember what happened, but I was talking to my mom about it and I was heartbroken and I was so upset. And then she's like, hindsight 2020, and you told me not to dwell on the past. And before, I didn't know what that meant, so I asked my mom, like, what does hindsight 2020 mean? What does it even mean? And she explained to me what it meant, and I'm like, that is like so true. So just don't like dwell on the past because you can't change what happened. Yeah, you're gonna dwell on it. Just try not to too much. Everyone dwells on the past. Nobody can get away with not even thinking about it because everyone thinks about what they could have done differently to change their future. And you just get this perfect view of what you could have done to change everything, and it could have changed a lot of things. Like, if I hadn't hurt my knee like 4 years ago, then we wouldn't have gotten up to where we are today and found out that I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and hyperextension of the joints syndrome. There just these little things that could change your whole life. And some bad things happen, then you could have prevented it, and you dwell on the fact that you could have changed everything, but you didn't. And so that's when people get depressed and upset about life. Like, let's see. If I hadn't been at school when there was that lockdown, then probably things would have changed, but probably not. If it's just, there's so many things, and it's kind of, I don't know, I always look at hindsight. I always look at it and I'm like, okay, this is truth. My gosh. Yeah. Whenever I look at something and I'm like, I could have changed this, I think of myself after that, I'm like, no. Don't dwell on this. Don't get upset with this. Got to realize that you can't change what happened. I got some tea, so. And, when I thought I lost Gizmo, if I had stopped looking for her, I probably wouldn't have gotten her back. And, there's so many things, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the things that have happened, because the things that have happened made me who I am today, and I'm cool with it. I'm okay. I know I'm not a perfect person. I am very messed up. I am totally not a perfect person, and I'm okay with that. And, it's not like I can change it. I can't change who I am, because who I am is who I am. You can change your appearance, and you can change other things, but you can't change who you are. So, yeah. You can change your actions and give people a different idea of who you are, but you can't change, honestly, who you are. Honestly, I'm kind of a mean person. And I don't like that. And, I change how I talk to people. But sometimes I'm a total B-word, and people don't like me. I am really, 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 really outspoken. I always speak my mind, and a lot of the time that gets me in trouble. I'm honest, and people really hate that, especially if I don't like them because they did something, and then I tell them the truth of what I'm actually thinking about them. They don't like me. I don't physically attack people. If somebody screams at me and stuff and they want to fight, I don't physically attack them, because let's just be honest, I'm kind of a wimp, and the wrong move can totally wreck my joints, so can't do that. I'm more of the verbal attacker. Yeah, and I don't like that, because I can say some pretty cruel things, and sometimes I mean it, sometimes I don't, and it just gives people a whole idea of me that I don't like who I can be, and I know I can't change who I really am because it's really hard. Because it was already hard enough for me to I don't know, talk nicely to people. I used to be totally awful. I was awful in, I want to say it was like 4th grade. I was so rude, but I was always quiet. So it's not like I was a bully to anyone, but if somebody was like rude to me, I was awful to them and they didn't want to mess with me anymore. Like I picked on this one girl because she was kind of rude, but I feel so bad now because some of the things I said and did, they're awful. And, I don't think that she'd ever forgive me for some of the things I said. I don't even forgive me because what I said was cruel. I don't remember exactly what I said, but yeah. And quite honestly, I think I was just jealous of her. She was honestly a sweet girl. She was a little more kind of show off, but I think I was just jealous, and I realize that now. And I tried messaging her, and I messaged her mom because she doesn't have like a social media at all. So I messaged her mom asking her if she could please tell her that I was so sorry, that I am so sorry. I haven't gotten a message back, and it's been like a few months, but if I hadn't said all those things and did all those things, then she might have be able to become my friend. Because quite honestly, we liked the same things. We liked doing the same things. We both love horses. And yeah, so I regret a lot of things that I did, and I'm always gonna regret it. A lot of the mean things that I've done, I don't regret, because either person deserved it or it saved someone. Like, I had a friend who was suicidal. She kept saying that nobody cared about her, but when we tried showing her that we did care, she would push us away. And I yelled at her. I know, sounds like it probably wouldn't work, but I think it did. It did help. I'm like, look, we are trying to be there for you. We are your friends. You need to realize that we love you because you are like our sister. It's like, and I said, we are trying to show you that we are there for you. We do care. And I was also kind of grumpy. I was kind of grumpy. So I guess I was probably a little, like, short fuse. Another time is when someone was beating up my brother. And, oh my gosh, that kid started crying because I made him cry. And he ran home. And we lived on a military base. And his dad was a police officer. So I yelled and screamed at that kid. And holy crap, oh my gosh. I don't remember what I said, but I know that I was rude. Because he beat my brother up, like, really bad. He had to go to the hospital, and he had multiple bruises, like, really bad bruises. And was on his hips, and we were scared that something like was gonna really happen because he couldn't walk home. I had to borrow my friend's cart, and then we had to run home. And it was so serious that the police officers even like talked to us to investigate what happened. And it was like the scariest thing ever. And I'm just so thankful that I was there. I wish that I hadn't invited him to come to my friend's house with me, because then that wouldn't have happened to him. He still has problems with his hip because it got really, really beat up. So I feel really bad that I invited him. At first I didn't want him to come. And I'm like, okay, come on. And yeah, I regret letting him come because it could have saved him a whole world of hurt. And it could have saved us some money. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. So yeah. Hindsight 2020. You can see everything perfectly. You know. And then, you know, you get really angry because you're like, if I had just done this one thing. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. And you will see me in my next video. Which is probably going to be tonight or tomorrow. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Oh my gosh. Bye. Okay. I'm really odd. Bye, guys.